need to be upfront that I am going to take a nice break from streaming. It needs to be done. I tried to say that after the elections and everything else, that I'd be fine. I would get it together. And I got back on my meds. I've talked with my doctor. I know I go through what she says is the seasonal SAD, but it just feels different this time. Even making notes last week for Tuesdays, because I wanted to do Tuesdays where I did entertainment and where I could talk about things that have been interesting. I just haven't felt the spark I used to. And like I said, I don't like making excuses. I don't like feeling like I'm failing at something. But when it comes to what I'm passionate about right now, it is taking care of my house, getting these books written. I'm helping Greg with his new book, and that's been exciting. I've been working with an AI generator for my African isekai because I really want African legends and mythology to shine through in some of these stories. I just hate that I know that there are people who are following that was hoping that I would bring the content back. But I've told friends this and I've meant it. When you aren't feeling it, it shows. When you're not in the mood to put yourself out there and you force it, you're not having fun. The people watching or the people sitting in, you just can feel it. I've told friends that, I even told Greg that. He had a whole week off for his birthday. He just turned 42. And we just spent time together and it was nice. His friend has the birthday before, so it was just a nice time away from the internet. I know I've taken my break from social media as well because I'm just fucking tired of the internet right now. And I don't think it's antisocial. It's just when you're constantly seeing nothing but bad news, whether it's environmental or political, or like I get news from my hometown, and every day is just checking to make sure it's not somebody I know that got stabbed or killed in their parking lot or killed collecting rent or other shit like that. I know things affect people differently, and everybody has reasons why they grieve. And I'm not here to get sympathy. In fact, I honestly don't care if people feel sorry or anything at this point. It hits you even as things are going up. Like I was saying before, I realized my microphone wasn't working. Book sales have been steady. I'm getting steady royalty payments now, even though I have put in for like financial consulting jobs just in case, because we don't know what's going to happen in these next few months. And as it gets closer to the 21st, the nerves are on edge for a lot of reasons. And I know some people are like, oh, it won't be bad. The dedication page in my book, the first three names of people we lost to COVID. So yeah, I'm not buying that it's not going to be bad. I got a lot of concerns, and I don't want to put that in front of the camera constantly. I've tried to let go of a lot of things that I've wanted last year that I know isn't possible now. And the thing is, instead of trying to force things, I'm just going to work on what I can. Writing is my passion. Finance is my passion. My family and my home life are. It is the year of the snake coming up, which I was born under that celestial sign. And I love that, you know, this year is supposed to be a good year for people under that sign. And I found out doing some research because I want to do a story about that down the road too. And I took a bunch of notes. I have some really fun ideas with it. That people under the fire snake sign, it only comes every 60 years. So the next fire snake born, because I was born in 77, won't be until 2037. And just doing that kind of research really got me, just hyped to with a story idea. And like I said, writing has kept me together. But when I think about all the bullshit that last year brought, and I'm trying not to carry it into this year, it is getting harder for me to try to, be out there, pretend like I care about some things. The only good thing about this year is I cleared a lot of clutter out. We have sold a lot of stuff that was unnecessary. My algorithm is a lot better, except they keep showing me baby stuff, which has been really hard. I'm watching a lot more K and C dramas too, so I don't get a lot from the old community that I used to enjoy anymore at all, which has been a breath of fresh air. And it's not like I want to avoid people, but I hate sad sacks. I do. I hate that I'm feeling low at times. I don't want to bring people down with that. And they are, Bridge. They are. It is so frustrating because you want to be upfront and honest with people, but you either have people that think it's okay to mock this, or you have people who just don't care in the first place and they use your pain as a punching bag. And honestly speaking, I don't want to deal with that. I just don't. I know I have good things in my life. I have a solid support system. I have a family that loves me. They've expanded. I got a new sister in law. She's an autism mom too. I feel like there are so many positives to focus on, so that focusing on the negative, it just doesn't make sense to do that. But it's like I said, I want to apologize to those who expected more YouTube content, more Twitch content, because right now, even with taking notes, I had show notes for last Tuesday where I was going to break down the different trajectories of DC versus Marvel right now, because we binge watched a lot of their animated programs, and while some of them hit, a few of them missed. So I had notes, detailed stuff, slides, everything I was going to do as normal, but I just wasn't feeling it. I like being detail oriented. When I was doing the political stuff, I constantly made sure I had detailed notes so that I could stay on target. And I wanted to get back to that feeling that I was feeling, but it's not there. And while politics was fun for the last few years, with who we have taken charge, whether people get upset with me saying it, it's not worth the risk. And I'm sorry, as a black woman, because I know that upsets some of yous, me even accepting my identity, I just don't feel comfortable anymore commenting on political talk. And I got really annoyed with people who got upset about me being upfront with that, who claimed to be friends and allies, who ignored the fact that I was really sad by a lot of this and said, well, take your time, just come back for us. Was it, hey, we understand that you are giving up a lot of your dreams. You are walking away from something that you really were passionate about. They just wanted a mouthpiece and a face that they could come to say, oh, yeah, we agree, but you're not doing anything about it. You're not turning those actions into words. You didn't take what I said about Project 2025 seriously. And now you want somebody to doomsay for you, and I'm not in the mood for that. Like I said, I have had so much up last year with the downs. But even remembering that, even knowing that things like watching Kiddo graduate, I had to juxtapose it to the fact that my friend, who should have been here to hit 50 with me in 2 years, didn't get to see her baby walk across the stage and celebrate the scholarship he got for football. Shit like this hits you at just odd moments, too. And I like being able to be real about stuff like that, but I know I am not in the current environment, especially on YouTube, which I will upload this to, so that you all know what's going on too, that I'm just not in the mood. I have hangers on from that old community that just don't get that, unlike some who have said, oh, no, I'm done. But they need the views, they need the numbers, so they whittle their way back in. I felt like I burnt the bridge enough. I felt like enough of you's left. And it's not like I'm saying, hey, get out of here if you want to stick around. And I appreciate those who have stuck by. But if you are sticking by hoping that I am going to go backwards into covering The Walking Dead, as I like to call the two that I did talk about, I'm not. I don't find it enjoyable. I don't like seeing people continue to do the same cycle and go backward, especially at their age. I feel like while I'm doing what I can to stay on my routine, I can't be focused on somebody who's literally self destructing on purpose because it's the only way they can get people to watch them. I know that there's a tight knit community in that. And I know you all got each other, and I hope you continue to. I just know that my brief stay in there, I went from feeling like I could do this to no. Not just because I felt unwelcome towards the end, but it is sick to watch people slowly self destruct and not care because YouTube gives them the incentive for it. I want to be free of all of that stuff. So if you are still hanging on for that kind of commentary, please don't. When I am ready to come back, it will be entertainment focused because I have fun with entertainment. I watch a lot of stuff. I listen to a lot of independent artists. I watch a lot of YouTube commentary on things like hip hop, R&B, even some grunge. I follow people like 33 E Rock because he can turn anything into metal. Music and entertainment is another passion that I hope to really express myself in. When I feel up to it mentally, I hope to come back to friends' panels and stuff. Jan, if you watch this, I know I've got my sketch pads. We will do a draw off eventually. But I just need to focus on getting my mental health where my physical health has been. My doctors have been really happy with the weight loss. I'm happy with it. Even though the goal had started out so that Greg and I could potentially have a child, I'm ready to stay fit. I like being able to stand and do things. I like to be able to go on walks. Not right now because there's a shit ton of snow and I'm short and I'm not trying to get stuck in a snowdrift. But I've got plans for the future that make me feel like I can get through this. I just don't want to over push myself with shit that don't matter right now. Live streaming was fun, but the only reason why a lot of people showed up was because I was talking shit about somebody who's awful. Even in the political stuff, people only came to the stuff where I was talking shit about politicians. I want to move past that and talk about stuff that really interests me, but I want to have the drive again for it. Right now, my drive has been in books and writing and listening to new artists from around the globe. I want people to understand that I'm not trying to go out of my way to be nasty, but no matter what I do, whether I'm being honest and brutal with y'all or upfront with my emotions, which isn't easy for me either, I know I'm going to face critique and criticism. So I'm just going to be my unapologetic self. And right now, my unapologetic self says I need to prioritize what I find enjoyment out of, what can sustain my family and myself, and what I can do to try to get into a content place. Whether it's happy, whether it's not. I've been crafting. I've been making bracelets for people. The prize boxes that I sent out had some keychains in it. I am trying really hard to just lean into creativity because it is an outlet. But what I'm not going to do is force myself into live streaming shit when I'm just not feeling it. So if that puts you off, if you feel like, okay, this was the last straw, I am sorry. I know I have one more prize box. The person did not claim it. I don't know if they just didn't want it. They don't want to risk their stuff. I don't blame you. But honestly, I think I'm just going to put that in the pile of books that I was going to send out to friends and family anyway. So I don't have to deal with the logistics of trying to get somebody's address and having them worry about that. I want to congratulate Topher. And I want to congratulate, oh my gosh, why am I don't want to give away your identity, but you were just so sweet in your email thanking me when you got the box. So I'm glad that they got to y'all safely. And it's like I said, when I come back, hopefully I'll be fired up and ready to go. They are hopefully going to let me know pretty soon with Apple about Axiom's audiobook being finished. I'm excited about that because it was a big project. And then once that's done, I'm going to immediately petition for them to do Taara Destiny's Chosen so I can have all of that done at once. And that'll be really nice. And then when Greg's book's ready, because he'll probably publish it through me, we won't have to wait because right now they won't do two books at once. But I'm glad that Apple took up for it because we had some ups and downs with that too. And it's not my friend's fault. You know, trying to get people to record an audiobook that thick when real life happens is not realistic. And I tried more than once, and Apple stepped up, reached out, and said, hey, we can do this. It's probably going to be used to train their AI, but it's a risk that I'm willing to take because audiobooks do well. So, like I said, I have things that I am looking forward to. I'm going to get back to drawing and illustration as well because I have time in my day to practice now. I am setting my future forward, and I have to stop looking backwards. I have to let go of the people that I used to kick it with in the past as well, because some of you were toxic. And that was a painful grieving process too. Because when you think you know people and they show you who they really are when you're down, that teaches you that you have to protect yourself, especially online. Because people will say one thing and then do a whole series of other things. They overstep boundaries. They pretend like they are doing it for you, but it's really self gratification. And honestly, I just don't want to be around people like that anymore. I feel like explaining that is helping me as well. Because whether you believed it or not, I thought you were a friend for as long as I did. But you taught me a lesson about that. And like I said, talk your shit if you have to. If it makes you feel bad, if it's cathartic for you, I don't care. I'm not going to do the same. I said everything I needed to say to you in that letter you refused to read. I would have talked to you girl to girl, woman to woman, but you thought I was going to yell. You didn't like what I had to say because I'm unapologetically blunt when I care about people. But like I said, and whether you accuse me of being racist or not, I don't give a fuck anymore. Women from your demographic don't like the truth. You don't like bluntness, you don't like honesty, and you don't like real. So I'm not going to waste your time anymore. Please don't waste mine. And if it's true, because I feel like it was your stock account that had me up that you're running to that one creator who seems to have a female boner for me at this point, to the point where even when I put this out, I'm sure they'll make an emergency video about it because, girl, you have nothing else going on for you. And I still won't name your name because you're nothing to me. I'm going to be a little bit nasty, but if you ran to that person, you pretty much showed me that everything I said to you in that letter about overstepping your bounds, being too addicted to the drama was true. And I meant what I said to you in the community tab. Keep the money I lent you. I'd rather it just be a parting gift. I'm not going to be petty and change my dedication section because you and another person who I probably won't be talking to after this either did keep me going. I was able to talk to you that days that I didn't think I would get this book finished. You pepped me up a lot. So I will definitely keep using the dedication page to the book. But after now, I think it's better that I don't associate with either one of you because I don't like game playing. I don't like reaching out to people and feeling like you're playing games. So it was fun, the friendship we had while it lasted. But now it's time for the three of us to move on. I wish you both well. I know at least two of you had goals that you wanted to set, which I hope you stick to because I think it'll better your lives. But if you don't, there's no skin off my nose. I got to be as cold-blooded as I can at this point because I am sick and tired of being burnt by people who want to pretend. I am who I am unapologetically. I don't hide behind avatars. I don't hide my scars, my flaws, or anything else. Some of you want to run around in aliases and feel insulated from imaginary boogeymen. And then you get mad at somebody like me who just, I'm not going to play those games. And exactly, Rich, I do. I feel like I held on to the hopes that we could mend something eventually because the attitude came from me just being upfront and blunt, which I've always been if you called yourself a friend. But at the end of the day, you just wanted somebody to, I don't know, be an emotional sponge, be there for you when you wanted it, which I already was upfront. I can't do that. If I'm in a manic phase or a creative phase, I'm focused on that. And I'm not going to apologize for that attitude because anybody who calls himself my friend would realize that by now. Because, like I said, I've walked away from several things in my life. So, walking away from fake friends isn't hard for me. I honestly just want my peace. And that is what 2025 and beyond is going to be. Protect my peace mode, move on, and just see the good come out of all the work that I've been putting in, both physically, mentally, and creatively. And it's like I said, when I get back, if those of you that hang around, I appreciate it. I don't want you feeling like you have to. I really do feel like right now, my focus on writing and hopefully financial planning with people will be more beneficial for this year. Because, like I said, setting up that emergency nest egg is very important. You're welcome. Don't just sue 54. I just feel like there are a lot of people that don't understand that you got to let go of the things that not only held you back, but make you sad. And like I said, I already struggle with ups, downs, and in betweens. I just don't want to hurt anymore. And if it means cutting off people that I used to smile around, but now I wonder how much of that smile was fake, how much of I was doing it on their end to make them feel better when they didn't notice the struggles or care. A lot of the emotions I was feeling the last couple of weeks, when you're dealing with hormone treatments, when you're trying your best to expand your family and you got people in your ear trying to drag you into drama that's not fucking important, I realized that I need to be around people that understand my priorities. And I don't. I don't hate either one of them. I wish I could say I did. I think it would probably made it better. I wouldn't have been so in my head and in my feels the last couple of weeks about this. But I really think finally hit the moment of emotional cutoff that I need. So it's not hate. There's no malice. I just want to let it go and move on. But I will say honestly, this has made it even harder for me to trust people online in regard to friends. If I'm not already talking to you and you're new and you're trying, you might find me a bit more colder now. Because letting people in was never easy for me in the first place. And I have actual friends offline that understand me better than anybody who I've met up with online. And I am just going to continue to foster the relationships with them because they're sweet people. We're hoping to all go to Comic Con one day again because I want to get over the crowd anxiety that I've developed. And can I end the story for you? And please be creative. There's no right or wrong answer. What are you asking me about? Don't just us 54. Because for real, like I said, story endings are fun for me. And like, I've got plans for more books. I've got plans to help Axiom with his book. I really want to get into comic book creation as well. I think a lot of the stories I have up in here is better graphically. I've been working on creative things craft wise. The kiddo got me a really nice craft kit. I've made keychains. I made Greg and I bracelets. So it's like I said, I just wanted to let everybody know that there will probably be no streams for a bit. If there's videos, it'll probably be every once in a while when I get the time and the energy. I just don't want to lie to people saying that I'm coming back right now because I'm not feeling it. So this is mostly an apology here on Twitch. I will edit out the 3 minutes of dead air and upload the edited video to YouTube so that everybody who did watch, who is wondering where the fuck I went, because I wasn't on social media either, I am doing a complete detox. And I apologize, don't just sue. 54, I will be back. I don't even think it's going to be like an extremely long break, but I definitely need a break. I need a full, just not focusing on worrying about the Twitch, the YouTube, or any of that shit right now. I need to get my mind back to where it needs to be. This winter weather hasn't been helping. We're about to get another foot of snow out there, and I don't think the plow guys come yet, so that's going to be fun. Either way, I just want you all to know that I appreciate you. I do watch anime, and I cannot wait. This is going to be a good year. Dandadan Season 2, The Apothecary Diary Season 2. They're going to have the third season of a few of my favorite series. I just started Jujutsu Kaisen because a lot of people said I would like it, even though it's more shonen and fighting, but I don't mind fighting. I've been watching a lot of C dramas and K dramas. Right now, I'm watching New Life Begins. I know it's 2 years old, but I get all 40 episodes. I don't have to wait for them. And I'm up to episode 16, and it's really good. So there will be stuff that I will come back and talk about. But right now, just so that I can have that spark again. Just so that when you're watching me, you know, oh, she's not making herself do this, or oh, she has an attitude, or she looks sad. I just want to come back fresh. And that's why I did this quick live stream. And I just wanted to apologize. And I will repeat again because I'm not sure if I did it in the 3 minutes of non-sound that I'm definitely going to edit out before I upload this to YouTube. I have decided that while I congratulate those who won the prize boxes, Topher, I hope you got yours. I know that young lady emailed me that she got hers, and I'm glad. You were so excited to get it, and I'm glad. I am going to just stop the contest giving until I get back. I have a box of my Taara's Destiny's Chosen limited edition. I will be giving that out to friends and family and people who inspired characters. And Krieg, I know I promised you cookies with your box, so I got to get on that as well. There's a lot going on, and I intend to keep all my promises in regards to that. But for now, I need to really take at least a couple of weeks away to get my shit right mentally. I don't want to be on here just dealing with nonsense. The story about aliens being afraid of humans because humans are crazy, because we are ugly to them, we are jabronis, and every gene but viruses that don't protect them and decide to dissect us in order. I heard about a manga that did something like that. You want me to write a story off the top of my head? Honestly, I don't really deal with alien species that much. I feel like intelligent space traveling species probably wouldn't want to come to Earth. But you want me to end the story? All right, give me a second. You said that you want to have them have genes not cause an all out war. My idea for that would be maybe as they test. Okay, calm down. Even though I feel like I'm writing your story for you at that point, I don't mind doing a freebie. I've helped people with their story ideas before. Now, you're saying that these aliens already invaded, they've been testing people, gene splicing basically, and it might start a war. Well, what if there are a group of people who, when they tested their genes, they seemed like they wouldn't be good at all? They have what would be known as inferior genes. So instead of having these people, be a part of anything, they're like, we're going to put them away and basically exterminate them while we work on these people who do have the gene quality we want. But unfortunately for them, they put way too many of them together and they band together and realize that no, our genes aren't inferior, they're just recessive. And if we train and practice, we can overcome the species that have invaded our Earth and help those who were being experimented on. So while this group with, I'm going to say, not just one leader. I always hated that Mary Sue or that one, chosen hero thing. You have a group of like 6 or 7 people that really work well together and they get the others because there's like hundreds of them at this point that have been, classified as too recessive to be useful to the aliens. And they train each of these people to unlock their potential. whether it's weapons, whether it's spying, whether it's just being able to infiltrate and hear what they need to hear to get, positions where they're helping the facility where they're doing this gene splicing, and they get information and they bring it back to the group. And then when the rebellion happens, they not only teach those aliens that you shouldn't sleep on those that you think aren't worthy, but they also liberate those who were enhanced because of their genes, and they come together and they drive these aliens off their planet, and then they start developing the tech to visit other worlds. I think that would be a finer ending. So if that helps your story, I hope it does. Like I said, I like doing creative things, but I got a lot on my plate with my husband's book. I got a children's book that I brainstormed with somebody really sweet that I want to get the illustrations done for. So it's like I said, and if you need help and you need a reader, I don't know if my email is in my Twitch thing, but I do keep my email on my YouTube. So just hit me up. I do try to help people with their stories. I don't like writing people's stories for them, but I will help you flesh out ideas if you need that. I don't mind. Honestly speaking, the more independent writers, the better, especially since people think we can be replaced by AI. People are reaching out to us to train AI, and it's a mess. I'm not anti AI, but it can be a slippery slope. So anytime an independent writer approaches me, I don't mind helping. But it's like I said, I'm about to wrap this up. I made kiddos lunch already. I'm going to have my lunch and take care of the cats. I really hope that you have a good time writing. I hope you have a good time creating. My YouTube is Kalari C. I think it's 7109. I do believe I have those links on Twitch, but if you type Kalari C, I think I should be the first one to come up. You might find people who are nasty talking about me, though, so it is what it is. I don't care how people judge my character. I know me. Either way, I just want you to all know that you're appreciated. Those of you that stuck it out waiting for my regular content to come back, I just wanted to be honest with you so that you don't think I completely abandoned my channels. I just really need more time to process everything. I'm going to be in official state of mourning on MLK's birthday because of the nonsense going on in DC as it is. And I just want to get to a better place before I come on here being at everybody's face and acting like I'm okay when I'm not. I don't like being fake. I want to come back real. I want to come back energetic. I want to come back with creative stuff. Hopefully, maybe, fingers crossed, some animation ideas too, because, it might not be full animation yet, but I've been loving some of the shorts that have been recommended to me. There's this really talented kid. I'm going to call him a kid because I'm probably 20 years older than him, named Jax Animation, that does really amazing shorts. He has a really fun comic idea that I'm hoping he's fleshing out. And I just think that working towards creativity is going to be how I get through 2025 and beyond. So thank you for sitting in. Thank you, Bridge. Thank you, Don Jutsu 54. Thank you, anybody who watches this after. Like I said, I won't blame you if I take too long. You're like, fuck this, I'm done. I'm going to go find somebody else to watch. But if you stick it out, I promise you when I get back, hopefully to you, it'll be worth it. But I'm going to wrap this up. I am rambling on. Y'all all have a good one, and thank you for watching.